Okay, it's on. It's videoing Mary.
You may. I told about 60 people to start and stop it, so. Oh, okay. Among all of you.
I have it on already.
All right. Thank you, doctor. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Next year, probably.
Oh, yeah.
By the time I got it, everybody had thank you guys so much.
Sorry.
Are your kids okay? I got it yesterday.
About 15
Oh, I
And I will.
in our program.
Or there'll still be 5 years on it.
Oh, there won't be.
I'm not.
And then they come back.
So that's really what it's.
Hi.
Oh, I can really do this.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm in the boat where we use the insurance.
And I have concerns with that, and it doesn't take me all the way to Medicare.
Do you think?
Just depends, I actually would rather have something else where I know exactly what I'm doing. And I looked into legal and an administrative secretary.
Right here.
I think that would be really good. 20 hours a week. My sister and I want to work at Wisconsin Dells.
Where am
So, but that, she can't do it this summer, so that's already, I don't think it's her fun to do. So, you know, those kinds of fun options are what I'm really looking forward to. And they, one of the restaurants, they said, we really want you here, so they already gave me an application, and I said, oh, it's neat to be able to think of, you know, outside the box.
It's nice to be on what maybe you know, some like I've done it like 27.
And it will be nice not to get up at 5:15 in the morning.
So what would you do at a restaurant? See, I'd rather count cash balancing it out. Well, I can see you as a
And there's some flights.
So I don't get it.
Oh, I find that, so I follow up with it. And that's, like behavioral, where it's like,
yeah.
like that kind of thing. Some of guys, it's 30 years. Do you have any trips or something? The first. So just follow up. But it's just-
I'm gonna have this done after you, then you can do the rest of it.
Jason and Matt.
Like just trying to.
Because that's I just think very good. Very, very, very good. Oh, that's what I heard. Yeah, my sister. You got your
Alright, is there anybody else that you think will be coming to this? Anybody? Probably not.
Louise is supposed to, that's what we did this. Students, so we can start.
Alright. Alright, so get the ball rolling here, guys. Let's see, spring cleaning for your house and body. That's what the talk is on today. And hopefully you guys get a few good pieces of information and something to... Oh, is the recorder on?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh.
I think it's been on.
What
So
time
you
is
didn't
it?
like pick your nose.
Alright. Okay, so today we're talking about spring cleaning for your house and body. And if you want to take some notes, later on we're going to have some really good tips you can use at home. That'll help you and your families out a ton, and your students and everybody else you know. So, yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be pretty exciting pretty soon. So. Has everybody heard me talk before? Anybody new here today? No? Okay, cool. Alright, well, my name is Dr. Steve. I'm a chiropractor in Horicon, and I work with my dad. Our business is next to the ice cream station downtown. And if you ever need anything, health-wise, we're here to help you. So, love treating people. I think yesterday I treated somebody that was 6 weeks old and somebody that was 86 years old. So, and everybody in between. So, we help a lot of people out with a ton of different things. Got a lot of babies in lately, colic and other stuff. Some kids, their heads go to the side all the time and figure out what's going on and everything. They probably have an issue because they're something to have all the way there. All kids that have issues with digestive system stuff and spitting out food all the time. We gotta figure out the problem with those kids because the other option is giving them drugs and stuff, and kids are developing to that age so much. It's really not the best idea to give them program health inhibitors and all that kind of stuff. It really destroys their bodies. So yeah, my passion is to help people out, and we align spines and minds. So that's what I'm doing here today, aligning some minds. Hopefully give you guys some tips that'll help you clean out, not only keep your house clean, but also your body clean, because our body is our house. We live in every single minute of our entire life, and if it's dirty and full of all the toxins in our environment, all the pollutants that are out there that we have no idea they're even out there because of all the fancy marketing campaigns and all that stuff that kind of covers it up, and we're not living how we should be, and our chance of getting diseases and cancer and other kinds of stuff that has to do with all these chemicals is a lot higher, and we don't know what's out there. So I'm gonna kind of shed some light on some of the chemicals that we have in our environment today, and some things you can do at your house. Really simple things that don't cost anything that will really help you out a lot and clean up not only your lives but the lives of your family and friends. When we're more powerful, we know more stuff ourselves, then we can spread that information to other people and help out everybody. So. Healthier individuals, happier families, stronger community. Anybody have any questions at all before we get going? No? Alright, awesome. Okay, so like I said, kind of already went over that one. So you never know what you have until you clean your room. You guys kind of notice that? Clean your house up and you find stuff that's been sitting, you've lost it for 5 years, and maybe you bought 3 more of those things in the time being, but then, it's just got kind of put to the wayside. So the junk we accumulate, right? The same thing with your body. So you don't really realize how important your body is or how good you can feel until you clean yourself up and get yourself more healthy, right? So we're going through life, we have a little stress put on us at work. Maybe you guys have a little bit of work stress here sometimes, occasionally. We're eating the standard American diet, the SAD diet, right? A lot of different junk in that. I just read this one YouTube video. It's called Bionic Burger. This guy's been buying hamburgers since 1989, and he puts them in a room, and the hamburgers from McDonald's haven't changed at all. They still look the same as when he bought them. So, normal hamburger meat, it spoils in a few days, right, if you leave it out. But these hamburgers from McDonald's, if you look online, there's just hundreds of chemicals that found in these foods. And to keep the stuff from spoiling, they put all that stuff in there. But we eat the stuff and we give it to our kids, and it's really not good for us. So. Check the website out. Bionic Burger is pretty cool. So today's a great day to learn something new. And the more that we know, and the more that we can learn, the more that our brains will, soak that information in. And we're never told to learn something, and all we have is the present moment, and we really got to live it to its fullest and make every moment count. So hopefully you guys can get something out of here. Get some credit off for your health insurance, which is awesome. But if we can get some other awesome information too that we can apply, this is real health insurance, because your health insurance premium is just money you spend on something that may or may not come through. But actually doing stuff in your life to stay healthy, getting adjusted, going to your chiropractor, eating good food, exercising, thinking the right thoughts, getting good sleep, all that stuff is real health insurance that'll keep you actually not being sick instead of just like an insurance policy. So this is stuff that can pay off, worth thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars if you do it the right way and prevent yourself from going to the hospital. So we need to clean up our lives. That's no secret. A lot of products that we use are dangerous to our health. Poisoning starts before birth. I'm going to talk about some studies that show chemicals in babies as they're inside mom. Our homes and bodies can be cleaned up, and we're going to finish off with 10 simple steps we can all do today to clean up our lives and bodies. So chemicals, pollutants, and pesticides were found in umbilical cord blood in a study in 2005. They found 287 chemicals in umbilical cord blood of newborns. So they found different pesticides, consumer product ingredients, waste materials from burning coal, oil repellents found in fast food packaging, clothes and textiles. A lot of flame retardants they found in people, and 180 of the 287 chemicals were carcinogens, so that means that they're able to cause cancer in live animals. And 208 of the chemicals only cause birth defects. So before the babies come out of the mom, they're already set behind, they're already behind the ball because they have all these chemicals inside of the mom's accumulated that have gone into the baby's body. And yeah, it's just too bad because every single year there's thousands of chemicals that are being invented and produced and put on the market, and we're kind of the big experiment that says, we're going to throw stuff out there. Maybe they do a few small trials and stuff, but there's really nobody that knows how it affects people until it's on the market in the public for years and years. Like Vioxx, that was a drug that killed hundreds of thousands of people and gave people strokes, and they finally pulled it off the market, but the company that produced it made $6 billion, so everything is all right. All right, so gotta do this for ourselves and do it for our kids. Here's another question. So the question is not if we're toxic; it's how toxic are we? That's the big issue. So the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, did a national report on human exposure to chemicals, and there's 6 chemicals that are found in almost every person on the earth. We're going to go over those right now. Oh. There we go. So number 1 is polybrominated diphenyl ethers, or PDEs, uses flame retardants. This is a really bad one. It's really a really big carcinogen. It causes a lot of sexual dysfunction, thyroid problems, and brain disorders. And if you look at the bottom of your couches or chairs or any kind of furniture, it'll say this article meets requirements for flammability testing in California. And the chemicals they put into it to meet the flame requirements are actually really, really bad for it. So if we can maybe buy some furniture that doesn't, that doesn't have that in it, I don't know if they make it even, but make sure, I don't know why I talk about this because I can't avoid it sitting on a couch, so try to avoid the couch maybe. That's not something we learned here. So here's where they're found.
Every baby, all baby clothes?
I think they put in baby clothes, yeah. That's kind of a weird thing to do, huh? I mean, they know the dangers of them, they put it in everything, though still it's like, I guess you die right away from being engulfed in flames, or you die in your 50s and 60s from cancer, I guess more slowly, but you can't pinpoint it as well then. So it's in couches, it's in furniture, it's in plastics. The only reason we want to treat our bodies really well and be able to we can't make our environment cleaner, well we can to an extent, but a lot of stuff we can't control in our environment, we can make ourselves stronger, which is what I'm all about. So if we're stronger ourselves, then we can handle these chemicals better. BPA, you guys heard of BPA? There's a big thing about BPA in water bottles a couple of years ago and baby formula bottles. It's actually found in a lot more stuff than that. Can lining, so any kind of canned food, it lines the cans of our food. Water bottles have it in it. Newspapers, any kind of paper that's kind of shiny has probably BPA on it. Money has it inside of it. Receipts, when you ever go to the store, they give you a receipt. There's usually BPA in that. We buy BPA-free receipts, but the majority of them have BPA in them. Toilet paper, they said, might have it in it. That's pretty close contact with us. Food wrappers, magazines, recycled paper, any kind of plastic, any kind of food you heat up in the microwave, like those microwave dinners. That plastic, that BPA from the plastics leaching into our food when we eat it. So I definitely suggest maybe avoiding that. So I think this BPA, this chemical here, it's estrogenic, so it mimics estrogen, and people have a lot if you have a lot of estrogen-like compounds in your body, women are, you're hitting menopause sooner. Girls are getting their first period at age 10 or 11 nowadays, which is insane because of all these chemicals in our environment. And yeah, just try to, the more we can avoid this BPA, the better. And it's found in a lot of stuff, so. You can go online and look for more information on that. So like I said, money, receipts, all kinds of stuff. Goes right through our skin too. So if you're handling a lot of money or receipts one day, I mean, if you wash your hands off with soap and water to get rid of it, but within 2 hours it usually soaks into your skin and your blood system. So, and if you use a disinfectant or like one of those anti-germ alcohol wipe solutions, it goes into your skin faster. So it kind of helps it get into your skin faster. So yeah, if you're handling money all the time or whatever, then you go and try to get your hands nice and clean, you really soak up the BPA there. So you got to be careful about that. Greater exposure in body levels of BPA correlated with greater chance of obesity. So this BPA is not only, being like an estrogen mimic in our body, it's also making us, gain more weight because they did a study with kids and it said the kids that had higher levels of BPA in their blood, they're like 80% more likely to be obese actually. And it also alters insulin sensitivity, slows your metabolism so you can't burn calories as well. Causes inflammation, which is a big killer of people as it causes, a lot of heart issues. Artery plaque, all that kind of stuff, and decreases levels of adiponectin, which regulates fat burning in our body. So, I'm not picking on BPA today, but it's kind of a bad guy here. So, let's see. Studies that have linked it to birth defects, miscarriage, and the kids didn't know BPA, so we all should, right? Chromosome damage, that's not good. Cause for low T, have you guys heard of low T before? They have all those commercials now, the men that are getting older, they want to get their testosterone up so keep their muscle mass. Have you seen that one guy, he's like bald, he's 70, he's like ripped out of his mind? Have you seen that guy before? Yeah, so a lot of guys now, they're feeling sluggish, they're kind of like zombies at home all the time as they get older, and they just don't have the energy that they used to have, and they kind of want to get it back and feel their youth being back, but a lot of these chemicals, these estrogen chemicals, are not meant to be in males' bodies, and when they do in males' bodies, they kind of shut down the testosterone production, so that's why a lot of your husbands, dads, all that kind of stuff, that's why they have, maybe they're looking to get a testosterone boost or something like that, so. Yeah, that's what all the guys look like, and they really get testosterone not so much. If you know anybody that's taking cream for low T and those different testosterone creams, once they start taking it, they have to take it for life because the body shuts down all production of it after you start applying it to yourself. Because a lot of young guys with steroids still take steroids, they take a ton of artificial testosterone, and then the body shuts down its natural production of testosterone, so then the rest of their life, they're not going to make it ever, so they have to take it artificially for the rest of their life, which has a lot of bad side effects. So if you know anybody taking steroids, you probably tell them to stop. Bad steroids. But they're trying to get it to know weightlifting and stuff. So it's not good. And then in 2012, they tried to get BPA banned from food and plastic, and the FDA said BPA is okay, so it's alright. The FDA says this other stuff's safe too though. Fluoride, artificial colors, MSG, aspartame, mercury in vaccines, aluminum, radiation, fungicides, herbicides, pesticides, complex in milk, sodium nitrates, autolyzed protein. But they say fresh milk, raw milk is dangerous though, so. Yeah, so if the FDA says something's good for us, it might not be good for us. Because they pass a lot of stuff that's in our environment that really doesn't do very well for us.
Exactly.
So here's the most important slide, how you can avoid BPA. So avoid plastic containers that have a PC on the recycling label. Avoid plastic containers with the number 7 on the bottom, and then look for labels that say BPA free on them, because then you know they're BPA free. And avoid using any kind of containers that can scratch, or any kind of like plastic water bottles, like plastic water bottles. If you drink out of a water bottle that's been sitting in the sun for a long time, that's when the plastic kind of leaches into it the most. Or if you have any kind of canned food or any kind of canned anything, even like soda pop, any of that stuff, anything with a metal lining around it, usually the BPA lining the line so the food doesn't stick to it. If you have the chance to not get a receipt, so if you're getting gas and it says, do you want a receipt, just say no. And then don't handle hand sanitizer touching it. And then don't put plastic containers in the dishwasher. You guys have all those down? Give me a quiz after this. Okay, PFOAs. Perfluorooctanoic acid. It's used in non-stick cookware and certain food packaging and other heat-resistant products. been shown to contribute to reproductive issues and infertility, and then it's also a liver and immune system dysfunction, causes dysfunction in those two areas too. So if you get PFOA-free cookware, and you know, stainless steel pots and pans are good, cast iron stuff is good. Takes a little bit more to kind of clean it up, but that's a perfect way to not have these kind of issues. Ceramic, you guys heard about ceramic cookware coming out now? There's a lot of that going on. I've seen some that are like $200 for a pan, and then some that are like $50 for a whole set, so I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'm sure if you get good cookware, you want to really invest in good cookware, because if you're heating food on it and you're going to be eating off it all the time, you know, you want to get a set that'll last you for a long time. And don't cheap out on stuff, because, you know, not only you're eating, but your whole family are cooking for them, and they have to eat out of it too, so. Yeah, I'd probably go with a good ceramic brand, good ceramic cookware, or else, yeah, if you find a good company that's 100% PFOA free, that would be good to follow. Their stainless steel is always a good choice too. So, yeah, any kind of heat resistant product usually has these kind of chemicals in it. You guys good? Acrylamide, carcinogen in cooked food. So anything that's usually fried, any kind of a carbohydrate food that's fried, usually has acrylamide in it. And it's formed when carbohydrate foods, like, you know, potatoes, are cooked at high temperatures. French fries, fried chicken, coffee, that's the carb that's heated up a lot. They all have acrylamide in them. And it's also used in plastics, cosmetics, and water treatment products. And if you use it a lot, it can lead to cancer and neurological dysfunction, which is chiropractors, you know, we're always trying to find out, you know, why people's nervous systems are working that well, why they have different types of pain. Maybe some, you know, maybe it's attributed to this. So if you're eating a lot of fried food, probably cut back. It just sounds bad. Acrylamide, doesn't it? Sounds bad for you. So yeah, that, I mean, when you eat the really hot food temperatures, you know, a lot of different chemical reactions happen, and our bodies aren't meant to digest that kind of stuff. Cancer, products result. Okay, nerve damage, French fries, any kind of pastries, you know, any kind of baked goods that you eat, any kind of even toast, you know, when you heat those carbs in the toaster, so try not to burn your toast. If you like the really black toast, or the sticking your marshmallows in the fire and setting them on fire and then eating them, maybe cut that usage in half at least, if you get really addicted to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, any kind of food that has like crispiness to it, or it's been fried, it's got a lot of acrylamide in it, so. And this is half Americans' diet right here, so I mean, we really gotta try to avoid this stuff. Watch out for acrylamide. Mercury, I'm sure you guys have heard about mercury in fish. There's a lot of different charts that show what kind of fish have more mercury than others. A lot of nerve damage, brain damage can be caused by excessive mercury. Did any of you guys used to play with mercury in science class at all?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, now they say how bad it is, and you know, it's crazy how over time, you know, stuff happens to be. Yep. So, I'm sure in 20 years they'll look back and they'll show all the drugs people are getting, they'll be like, what were we doing to people, you know, stuff is dangerous to us. Why are we doing it? You know, chiropractors have been saying this stuff since day one, but, you know, nobody else listens to the chiropractor until you're in really intense pain. But yeah, so mercury, common exposure out of seafood. And I think a wild salmon is one of the best choices you can have. The bigger the fish, usually the higher the mercury content. So, you know, a lot of places in Mayville probably sell swordfish. You just got to watch out for them. Let's see what else. Shark. Yeah, shark. That's a big one there. So yeah, the smaller the fish, usually the lower the amount of mercury. So, like if you have sardines or really small, like if you get fish oil too. Do a lot of you guys take fish oil at home? Yeah, everybody should be on fish oil for a supplement. If you want to get fish oil, you want to make sure you get a really good brand. I know Natural Way sells some good stuff. You know, you can ask Patty there; she's pretty knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. But in Marcon, the natural food store, there sells good fish oil. We sell good fish oil at our office. You want to make sure you get a good brand that doesn't have, because a lot of the supplement companies, they aren't regulated, so they get the fish oil, they take all the fish, they cut out all the good meat, and they put all the guts of the fish into a big vat, and crush it down, and the oil comes out. And that's where the oil comes from. So, sorry. That's right.
Making it very appetizing.
Lunch was a long time ago. Dinner's not for a while. You guys are fine. But if you get it from really big fish like the swordfish and all that stuff, it's not regulated. They can get a lot of, when they make that oil, they can get a lot of mercury in it. And if they don't distill it the right way and microfiltrate it, you might be doing yourself more harm than good if you get a cheap brand, or like the Walmart brand, probably not the best kind. So. Yeah, you want to get really good fish oil. And there's a lot of good companies out there, but there's way more bad companies out there. And if you're giving your kids fish oil, thinking you're helping them, but you're really wrecking their brain because there's contamination of mercury. Eggs. You don't want to do that. So yeah, just ask a professional that's dealt with that stuff before and see what they say.
There's
about
a
it, too.
certain amount you should take.
Usually you want a 2-to-1 ratio of EPA and DHA are the two fats that you want the most. Our brains are made up of those two fats, so I try to get about 1.5 grams a day of EPA and DHA specifically. You might get like a 2-gram pill, but there might only be like 500 milligrams of EPA and DHA in there. So you really got to check the label as well on some of this stuff. There's a lot of fillers that are put in these things too, so yeah. We can do a whole talk on just good supplements if you guys want to. That could be for another time though. MTBE, this used to be a gasoline additive. They're not using it today, but most Americans currently have it inside their bodies. Really nasty chemical, causes neurological and reproductive problems. And then secondhand smoke has a lot of it in it as well. So yeah, methylbutyl ether. Watch out for that. All right, over 1 billion tons of pesticide products are used each year in the United States. I don't even want to do the math on that. That's a lot of pounds of pesticides. I think the U.S. uses 30% of the world's pesticides, even though we make up 4% of the population of the world. So we're really spraying a lot of our food. And these pesticides are, I mean, they're not, they spray them in the air, they float all over the place, we're breathing them in. That's jet sheet they gave you, I think 30 dozen and clean 15 to 2 gangs. That's why it's really important that you get your produce. Make sure your produce is washed really well, and make sure that you don't get don't eat a ton of apples and grapes all the time, because all of those pesticides add up in our body, and it's hard to get them out. Oh, there we go. Herbicides, 30% of the world's usage. Insecticides, 9%. Fungicides, 15%. Other is 23% of the population. You guys know what mitochondria are? They're little guys in our cells that kind of make our power in our body and help us live. Mitochondria are really affected by pesticides. Any kind of toxins in the body decrease your mitochondria output. So when we get a lot of toxins in our body, mitochondria don't work as well, and then we feel tired all the time, we feel sluggish, we feel worn down because the mitochondria are being beaten down by all these toxins, and it kind of gums them up so they can't work as well as they should. So that's why people feel a lot of fatigue these days, a lot of tiredness during the day. They just don't feel all that energetic. And if you can do a good detox and try to avoid these things and kind of flush your system, your energy level will go up, I guarantee it. Probably guaranteed it, guarantee for sure. So all toxins reduce human energy. Like I said, mitochondria get affected, and detoxing our lives is critical. So what can we do? What can you do? So like I said, not only are we affected, but our kids are affected the most. So we get the most change and most effect in kids' lives right now. So littler kids, they do these healthy habits right today, they can have the healthiest lives of anybody. So if you really care about your kids, grandkids, tell them about this stuff. Pass on the word to them, their parents. And, you can be saving the kids' life literally, add years and years to their lives by having them have these healthy habits put down in place. So we're going to go over 10 healthy habits to adopt this year. And I got a lot of information from bodyandburden.com. If you want to look on the website, it's really good, bodyandburden.com. There's a lot of really good tips on there. There's millions of websites you can look at, though, for stuff like this. And just make sure you do your research and look behind it, because a lot of people put a lot of junk online. So, leaner, greener you. Let's get there. So you want to start the day with warm lemon water and cayenne pepper. Have you guys heard of this before? Start the day off with lemon water and cayenne pepper. It gets pretty nasty in the beginning, but you do it for a couple weeks in a row, and then you start to feel pretty good. I've done it for a few months now, and I feel pretty energized. But yeah, like I have like a stainless steel tea kettle. You can get it for maybe $20-25 at Target or wherever, and you type in the temperature that you want the water to go to. I put mine up to about 170. I don't boil it, but I get it up to a nice warm temperature. Then I just put like a cup or two of water in there, heat it up, and then pour it into a glass. Get your lemon, squeeze it in there, and then throw the cayenne pepper in there. It's kind of subjective how much cayenne pepper you want to put in, because don't overdo it in the beginning, or else you're gonna pay for it. But yeah, like lemon is a really good detoxifier. Yeah. The more cayenne pepper you put in everything, the better for you. So think of yourself as kind of burning out the junk in your body when you take it. So vitamin C in the lemon is a really good detoxifier. Lemons are also packed with a lot of antioxidants and electrolytes, which are really good for you. And they have a lot of really good enzymes in them that can oxygenate the body. So right away in the morning you're getting some, and lemons also really, they make your body more basic too. They seem like an acidic food, but the effect of the body is really basic. They help to neutralize our body's pH, which is really important, because all the fried food and the breads and the soda and all that stuff, they really make our body acidic, and we want to get our body more basic. So any kind of green food that you eat, vegetables, any kind of good fruit, lemons, they help your body become more basic, which is what we want. And then cayenne pepper stimulates the circulatory system, so all of our arteries, our heart. Helps regulate blood sugar, kind of kickstarts your metabolism in the morning, so you're able to start burning, turning your motor on, turning your furnace on in your body right away in the day. Kickstarts your metabolism, like I said, and then try to get non-irradiated cayenne pepper. So it means they put radiation on to kind of kill any bugs in it, but that kind of kills everything in it. So
So how do we find that? I mean, how do we look for that?
non-irradiated.
I mean, yeah, how do we know that?
It should say on the bottle some places. Until I made this PowerPoint, I never knew non-irradiated stuff existed, but apparently.
So if it doesn't say that, then it's probably irradiated.
Yeah, a lot of food has radiation put on it these days. They put a lot of radiation on a lot of different things, and it might say it in small letters in the bottom of the package, but a lot of places it doesn't. So they just do it to kind of kill bugs on it, but it probably kills everything in the food.
So could you, do you have to mix the cayenne pepper with lemon water, or could you put it on, like, let's say you had a hard-boiled egg or something?
You could probably do that too. I've used that
You have it right away in the morning?
yeah, or in the morning's best, otherwise throughout the day. I mean, the more good spices you put in your foods during the day, like the better off you are. You can get really creative with different kinds of spices. My mom's really big in tarragon and oregano. They're pretty good. So yeah, I mean, you can just do lemon water if you want too warm lemon water or cold lemon water. Usually, I'll get like a lemon, just put it in my water for the day and just kind of squeeze it in there. And then, if your water tastes good, there's no sugar in it, it's just lemon. And it really helps you to kind of cleanse your body throughout the day. But yeah, cayenne and lemon is really good. I dare you guys to try this just one day and see how you like it. And if you don't like it, try it for 7 days in a row and see if you like it then. And if you don't like it then, maybe give it a break. But
I heard of people
Try it out.
doing that with the,
maple
apple cider
syrup.
vinegar with it.
Apple cider vinegar? I just got a book on apple cider vinegar actually. I haven't started reading it yet, but I heard there's a lot of really good health benefits to it. Bragg's, I think, is a brand.
I just drink it straight.
Yeah, they take a little bit, it kind of burns going down, but they said it really has a lot of good health effects too.
You drink it straight?
Yeah, a couple tablespoons.
Oh, you like it?
Well, it takes a second to get it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
It's not like it's delicious or anything. But,
it's better than taking
yeah.
drugs later on because you didn't take care of yourself.
Right,
There you
and,
go, though.
and it took away my GERD.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's pretty acidic, so it helps you. Do you take it with your meals?
Nope,
Just whenever?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. Yep, it's called Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I know at the Natural Way in Mayville they sell it.
Pick and save.
Pick and Save has it too. Yeah, a lot of different stores have it. So you can go online and look up how to use that. It's really good. If you can just find simple things like that instead of taking, I mean, they'll sell you 20 different drugs for acid reflux, and you can just take one little simple thing like apple cider vinegar, but nobody's gonna tell you because they can't make any money off of it. So yeah, try that too. You guys get some good notes here. You want more paper? All right. So another good thing you can do is practice yoga poses regularly. Any of you guys do yoga in here at all? Practice any poses? Yeah, I know there's classes here. Carrie, what is it? She works at the Tag Center. They have yoga classes there. Or else you can go online and look up. There's a million different videos on how to do different yoga poses and stuff too. Just start simple. Don't twist yourself into a pretzel and can't get out of it right away. But just really easy ones. I know as a chiropractor, we really push people to just stretch out as much as you can, keep your body nice and loose, and make sure your joints are all working good before you do this so you don't hurt yourself more. But like a cat pose, cow pose, really good to kind of arch your back and bring it down. That really helps your discs in your spine. I know your discs in your spine, there's no blood vessels going to them, and you're probably like, what a dumb design guy, why did you do that? But actually, when we used to move a lot more, the nutrients that our discs needed to stay nice and plump would able to come and kind of be filtered into the disc and get there through osmosis, but we'd be moving around and kind of pulling water in, and then the waste products from these areas would be kind of pushed out,